All right, hello. Hello and welcome. This is Doug Diamond here. Yes, I'm streaming on my good friend Loyalty's YouTube channel and just wanted to say hello and introduce myself. I've got a little crawler going across the bottom of the screen here saying that, yes, you are indeed on the right channel. This is my friend Loyalty's YouTube channel, and he's allowed me to live stream to it. My name is Doug Diamond. I do a live news broadcast called The Diamond Report. I thought I would do a little intro video here on Loyalty's channel today, being how it's 11:11, which is a number that I see all the time on my daily life. I see it sometimes twice a day. I don't know if any of you guys do or not, but 11:11 is, I think, something important from the Lord. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what it means. So it's 11:11, and I started broadcasting today at 11:11. So anyway, hope you guys are having a good weekend. And my voice doesn't seem to be cooperating here today. But anyway, I am mostly just coming on here saying hello and wanted to bring your attention to my YouTube channel, which is called Take It to the Lord in Prayer, End Times Dates. And I have another show called The Diamond Report. And they're both on this same YouTube channel, Take It to the Lord in Prayer, End Times Dates. So I would certainly appreciate your subscribing. And I know I'm going to be pushing my subscribers over to Loyalty's channel too, because he has some excellent videos about end times. And I do believe that we are living in the end times now. So yes, I think that Loyalty's putting out some really, really good work. I know he's intending to do some live streams before too long. So hopefully he and I will do some live streams together, although it's a little difficult because he is multiple hours ahead of where I am. He's in the UK and I'm in the US, so it's a little bit difficult, but I think we'll get it worked out. So that's the plan. We're going to do some live streams together at some point. Today, however, it's just me, just mostly saying hello to you guys, and going to put up a quick video here and point you guys to the work that I'm doing, which I'm calling this show the 11:11 show, but it's really only going to be on this channel. It's not going to be anywhere else. And mostly what I do is a news broadcast, a live news broadcast on Sunday nights U.S. time at 10 p.m. Central. That's U.S. time. So tomorrow night will be a live Diamond Report on there, and you all are invited to take part if you like. Also, there will be an archive recording of the news broadcast, usually on Monday, the next day. It takes me about a day to get it edited down and make it YouTube safe, because a lot of what I talk about on my live broadcast, the Diamond Report Live, a lot of what I mention are things that you can't really talk about on YouTube, unfortunately. So, but you can talk about it on many other platforms like Rumble and BitChute and Brighteon and some of the others, and I'm going to show you some of those places as well. So what we're looking at here is, of course, my YouTube channel, and this is what you get if you go to my main URL there. You'll see in the crawler called thediamond.report. It's actually just my Rumble channel. So that's what you'll see there if you go to thediamond.report. It's my Rumble channel, but I'm also on BitChute and Brighteon and ClickView. ClickView is another good platform that doesn't censor. So you'll be able to find my broadcasts on there. This particular show, what we're going to do is just kind of briefly do an intro today, and eventually it'll probably be an abbreviated news broadcast. So we'll talk about some of the same things that we talk about on the Diamond Report Live, although I can't get into as many details because I want to keep this YouTube safe for my good friend Loyalty. I want to get him into any trouble with YouTube at all. So we'll have to be careful on what we're talking about. And if you happen to be on Facebook, by the way, I'm on there as well. You can find me at The Diamond Report on Facebook. Facebook.com/The Diamond Report is where that is. And so that's kind of the different platforms that I'm on. Twitter as well, The Diamond Report on Twitter. So you can find me on most places, and most of the time you're going to find me at Diamond Disc, DIAMONDISC. That's the moniker I use on most platforms because that is also my business name. So that's what that's about, Diamond Disc, if you see that. But that is also the Diamond Report. And for those of you that have no idea who I am, what I do day to day in my normal life is I'm a music guy, and Diamond Disc Audio, Diamond Digital Media is my main business. So that's what that's about. That's what Diamond Disc refers back to, is simply my business name. So that's why I've decided to use Diamond Disc on most of these other platforms. So again, I just want to say hello today mostly, and know that we will be going through some of the different news items. And what I do on the Diamond Report Live is I will talk about various news items, things that are going on, different headlines, and diving deeper into some of the articles that I bring up on a broadcast. And we will talk about how that is also tied into the end times, because I personally believe we're in the end times. I know many of you guys do as well. And we'll go into that at further detail at a later date. But do know that my end times dates video series is mostly dealing with the end times as looked at from the standpoint of this particular timeline. And just a brief background, if you guys have no idea what we're looking at here. I did a project several years ago at this point, back in 2018, called End. It's called 2028 End, and it was really an interesting project. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but have a look at the website, 2028end.com. And that doesn't mean the end of the world. That is simply an idea that Jesus will return Feast of Trumpets, 2028, which is exactly 2,000 years after his crucifixion. He died in 2028 and was resurrected he died in 0028, in the year 28, and was resurrected at that time, and then 2,000 years later would be 2028, as we are approaching it very soon, just in 5 years. A little less than 5 years, actually. So that is kind of the basis of this video series, which is, again, end times dates, take it to the Lord in prayer. And the video series on my YouTube channel kind of goes into further depth on that. There are a total of 15 end times dates videos, but you can really get a good idea of where I'm headed with the series just by watching the first one. So I would invite you to do that. And let me know what you think. You can leave a comment on any of those videos on my YouTube channel, obviously, or on this channel. And, yeah, that's kind of what it's about. Jesus will return, Feast of Trumpets, which is September 2028, exactly 2,000 years after his crucifixion. He will fulfill prophecy by doing that. Not necessarily the year, but by coming back on Feast of Trumpets. And lots of biblical scholars are saying that same thing. Well, the video series in the book the project that I worked on in 2018 is called 2028end.com. And that's the website, and it's a book and it's a video series on his website. I'm not affiliated with it in any way other than I got to work on the project, helping to put the DVD authoring and things like that together for him several years back. So that's how I became aware of it, and then I was already aware of this timeline by the Fuel Project. You'll see there in the upper right corner area of the screen. The Fuel Project is a really good YouTube channel and video series as well on the Book of Revelation. The Fuel Project is the channel. The Book of Revelation is one of their playlists that they have. And that's where I really learned a lot about the end times, was from the Fuel Project's video series called The Book of Revelation. And it's really, really interesting. And then, so what I did was, when I worked on this project, 2028 End, I kind of melded the two together as far as this particular timeline from the Fuel Project, and then applying the dates of Jesus returning in 2028 and then simply working backwards, which is what you're seeing on the screen here. All of the red blocks on this timeline that I'm using here, all the red blocks are the information that I've added. Everything else was already here. It's part of the Fuel Project's original timeline for the most part. So the red blocks are available there, and if you're interested in taking a closer look at this particular timeline, you're welcome to do so. The links to this timeline are available as a graphic, so it's a JPEG graphic you can download on any of the description boxes on my YouTube channel, End Times Dates. So Take It to the Lord, End Times Dates. Take It to the Lord in Prayer, End Times Dates on YouTube is where it is. So if you're interested in this particular timeline and having a closer look at it and what I'm going into in the video series, you can definitely access that on my YouTube channel. I may add a link to the graphic here in this description as well. We'll see. Anyway, the description box below, if you're watching on YouTube here, I'm also on my DLive channel as well. But the description box below has links to most of the different platforms that you can find the Diamond Report on. And Loyalty, who owns this channel, has been a massive supporter of everything I've been doing, everything I've been putting out. And he and I have friends in common in Anthony Patch, and he knows Anthony very well, and I am actually Anthony's web person. I'm his webmaster and built his website, anthonypatch.com. So that's how Loyalty and I know each other. And Loyalty is a great guy. He's allowed me to live stream to his channel, and he is, again, if you missed it earlier, he's preparing to start doing some live streams himself on his channel. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of cross-pollinate between his channel and my channel. And hopefully you guys will subscribe on my channel, and then I want to try and get my subscribers to subscribe to him because he's putting out some incredible content. And I think when he goes to his live streams at some point that that will be also very, very, very interesting. And some of the things he talks about gets into some really deep stuff, as you all know. You've seen his videos. So that's kind of what that's about. And as far as, today's live stream, I wanted to do a broadcast on 11:11 because that is a number that I see all the time. Sometimes I see it twice a day on the clocks. So tell me if you guys see 11:11 a lot. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that means. But that's why I called this 11:11, the 11:11 show, and started it at precisely that actual time on my central time zone where I live in the U.S. So, 11:11 is an interesting number. I'm not exactly sure what it means. I have some ideas. If you guys have any ideas, certainly let me know what you think. But that's the name of this show, and we're going to get into further depth and some news and some end times dates related things, end times prophetic material in further broadcasts. We won't really do that today because I mostly just wanted to introduce myself and say hello to all of you guys, and know that you are very appreciated. Thank you for being here on Loyalty's channel, and I think that Loyalty is an incredible guy. He's a good friend of mine, and I look forward to doing some further broadcasts with him soon. So, again, if you missed it, let me just go through briefly again what we're looking at here. This is End Times Dates timeline that I put together. I worked on a project back in 2018 called 2028end.com. And so what we're looking at here is a timeline based on, okay, if Jesus returns, Feast of Trumpets, which is September of the year 2028, that would be 2,000 years after his crucifixion and resurrection, because he was crucified and was resurrected in the year AD 28. So not in 33, and we get into why it's the year 28 and not 33, as most people think. We get into that in lots of different areas. So we talked about that at length, actually, in part 1 of End Times Dates, if you care to investigate that at all. But just know that is available on my YouTube channel. And so what I did was I plugged that date in here on this timeline I was already familiar with from the Fuel Project and simply worked backwards. And it's pretty amazing how it does seem to, at least from what I can tell, it does seem to be playing out this way, at least to some degree. If you look at it here at the bottom of the left area of the screen, no peace treaty, 7-year tribulation begins September 2021. So as you can see, I fully believe we are in the last days now. We're in the final 7 years. And that's kind of how I've approached this entire video series as far as End Times Dates, Take It to the Lord in Prayer. So I'm hoping I'm wrong. I have a family, and I want us to all be able to live and have a full life, and and I know you guys do as well. But the way I'm seeing it play out right now, and then as we've seen things sort of snowball in the last few years since the what happened in 2020, things have really changed a lot. And the very first video I put out was the End Times Dates Part 1, and that was in 2019. And at that time, I was doing interviews with different people and saying that I really felt like 2020 was going to be a huge year. And indeed pinned it down to March of 2020. Back in 2019, I was saying that. So in March of 2020 is when I was saying something's going to change, and that, of course is right when what happened, at least as far as the U.S. is concerned, and things being shut down and so forth. So I feel like what the Lord is sharing with me is important information, and I'm trying to impart that same information across the various videos that I'm making. So that's kind of where that comes from. So again, that's the timeline that we're looking at here, and you can find my work on primarily, I guess, as far as YouTube goes, on this channel, Take It to the Lord in Prayer, End Times Dates. And I certainly would appreciate your subscribing, and I'm going to, of course, help my friends here on this channel find loyalty in his work too. I mentioned him multiple times, and he was kind enough to let me live stream to his channel. So we're going to do some live streams together in the very near future, I hope, and we will see how that works. I think it'll be lots of fun. But anyway, this is the different platforms you can find me on. I'm also on TikTok. I didn't really mention that earlier. You can find me as Diamond Disc on TikTok. But again, it's the Diamond Report. And if you're interested in a growing, brand new community of like-minded folks, like-minded people, people who also believe that we are in the end times and are sharing information about that, I've put together a band group. Band is on band.us. You can find the Diamond Report on Band. Totally free, and you're welcome to join this band group. I actually just started it last week, so it's only been active for just a few days. But many of the folks who are regular listeners to the Diamond Report Live, which is the news show that I do every Sunday night, are also becoming members here on Band. And again, it's totally free, no commitment. You can join the group, and if you don't like it, you can leave. But what we're doing is simply sharing information, links, pictures, videos, things like that have to do with the Book of Revelation, the end times, and the headlines that we're seeing pop up literally every single hour of every day, that sort of further fuel the whole idea that, yes, we are definitely living in the end times now. So that's what that's about. It's on Band, so the Diamond Report on Band. Band.us is where that website is. And I think that's pretty much all the other channels here that I've kind of mentioned already. I am on Twitter, if you want to look up the Diamond Report on Twitter as well. And I have a shop. I have a shop for the Diamond Report, and then the other main thing that I do is I have a Substack, and Substack is totally free, and you're certainly welcome to go there and subscribe. It's diamonddisc.substack.com, and that link is also in the description box below this video. We'll certainly appreciate it if you'd sign up there. What that is if you put your email address in there, you will get the links that I talk about on all of these shows. So looking at, for instance, this show, this was the most recent show. In that show, it's about a 2.5-hour show, and I talk about probably, 50 to 75 or so different articles, and provide those article links and the videos in my Substack post. So that's what that's about. If you go to diamonddisc.substack.com, put in your email address and subscribe, it's totally free, and you will get the email that I send out on Mondays, usually Monday afternoon or evening. I will send out an email that has all the links from the live show that I've spoken about and that we've touched on. So in this particular show, what I'm calling the 11/11 show that you're watching right now, we're not going to get into a whole lot of news because I don't want to get loyalty in trouble with YouTube. And a lot of what we talk about on my live show that we do on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Central U.S. time, and you're welcome to join. totally welcome to be there. A lot of what I talk about, though, are things that I can't really leave on YouTube. So you will see that on my YouTube channel, I've got the same video, it looks like, on the YouTube channel. However, what I've had to do was cut down some of the things that I know YouTube would not like. So I've literally removed some stuff on there, so it's a much shorter broadcast. So if you want what I'm calling the censored version of the show, you're certainly welcome to watch it on my YouTube channel. That's where it is, and actually it's the same video on Twitter as well. So the uncensored version, though, are that's really the main show, and that's the show that happens live, and that's available on my Rumble channel. That's available here on my Rumble channel, and also on BitChute, Brighteon, and ClickView, which I mentioned already. So yeah, that's the uncensored versions of this particular show, the Diamond Report Live. So what we're doing today, though, again, is I'm mostly just saying hello and introducing myself here on Loyalty's channel, and hopefully you guys will be interested in what I'm doing, and I'm certainly going to point folks that are subscribers on my channel over to Loyalty so that we can share some of this information. It's really unique information, and I feel like what the Lord has laid on my heart is that I'm supposed to be doing this live news broadcast and witnessing for Him and showing how so much of what we're seeing in the headlines today in the news is indeed pointing to the fact that we are in the end times. And so that's the whole idea of the Diamond Report Live, which again I do on Sunday nights at 10 p.m. Central Time. That's kind of late for a lot of people, especially if you're on the East Coast. But know that you can see the video the next day. I usually post the full video the next day on this channel you're looking at here on BitChute or the other channels. So just know that those are typically what happens as far as the different times and days and stuff like that for the Diamond Report Live. So this show, though, the 11/11 show, we'll do probably, I will do them try and do them on the 11th on Loyalty's channel. But they probably won't be more than a couple times a month, I'm thinking, at this time. So, but we'll see. We'll see how it works out. He and I haven't really gotten together too much on a schedule as far as this show goes. So we're still working that out, just know that. And I guess I pretty much have said everything I needed to say today. I just mostly wanted to introduce myself. Again, Doug Diamond, and thanks for tuning in here today, and I guess we could wrap it up. I just wanted to say hello and let you guys know that I do have permission from Loyalty to stream to his channel. Seems kind of strange, but we are actually doing that so that we can help get the word out. And we are both very much followers of Anthony Patch's really good work, and I'm Anthony's go-to guy as far as his website and stuff goes. I built anthonypatch.com, which I didn't pull it up here, but you guys can look at it. Many of you guys know who Anthony is. Talks a lot about CERN and then other things like DNA and so forth. So Anthony's an incredible researcher. I've known him for years. And so that's how I met Loyalty, was through Anthony Patch. So anyways, just wanted to pop on here and say hello at 11:11 on 11:11. And let me know if you guys are experiencing this whole 11:11 thing where you're seeing that on the clock. I mentioned it earlier, but I see it sometimes twice a day. And 1:11 and 2:22 and 3:33, and it's just really strange. So I'm still trying to figure out exactly what that's all about. But if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I have some ideas, and we can talk about that at length in future broadcasts here. But so this particular show, I will do probably on the 11th and then of the month, and then there may be some other random times where we pop in and do a live broadcast. Loyalty was kind enough to allow me to do that. So it'll just depend on my schedule, but know that you can find my main show, which is the Diamond Report Live, on these various channels that I showed you already. And the live broadcast happens every Sunday night at 10 p.m. Central Time. That's U.S. time. So anyway, I hope you guys have a really great weekend, and we'll wrap it up for now, and we'll be back again very soon. Take care, you guys.